obviously watch diet generally, but first thing in the morning I have one coffee, I cut down from 2 to 1, and that's to make less sugar. And then I do a juice, I call it a juice. Most people call them smoothies. And that's with spinach, maybe kale, broccoli, a couple of pieces of fruit. And recently I've been putting in the greens, the powdered greens, and the collagen over the last couple of years or so. But I get a bit more diligent when we're going to work. But that's, sorry, before that I would usually diet, but I would go swim first. So I try and swim. I hadn't swum for a while, and so it took 10 lengths as a puff, and then when it gets to about 40 lengths, I can feel the chest pop, and you need to be able to breathe on that Status Quo kick. And then after that, obviously shower and whatever else, and then possibly a snack, a couple of pieces of maybe that Vogel's toast, and then they don't really eat anything till about 5 o'clock. I may have a protein bar as such. I mean, I think they got a bit of sugar in them, which is why I crave them. But then, I mean, today I'm having tuna and with a bit of mayo and stuff, and cayenne, and roast vegetables. I never thought I'd get into roast vegetables, but they're all diced up and cut up with a bit of garlic and stuff in it. And I'm fine, I'm getting quite addicted to that. I'm trying to think what else I do. And on the road it's far stricter again, but it's to do with my day generally. And I sometimes do crunches in the morning. I've done some this morning, but when I've got some promo to do today, when that's finished, I should do a bunch more crunches, and then maybe 40 minutes in the gym. And that's not as heavy as it used to be. But between each meal, I've read something that's just very good for it to move the insulin instead of the sugar, and the whole thing with carbohydrates, if there are any. So I walk 12 minutes, as soon as I'm that diligent, obsessive that I get up instantly and walk 12 minutes as briskly as I can to keep the cardio thing going and the lungs moving and so on. Expand the gym stuff, I kind of do resistance training, and where I try doing bicep curls with the weight resistance, and trying to do them as slow as possible, because we tend to go up and let go, and we should try and aim on the decrease and the increase. And also do those where you've got ropes and they cross over, and you pull them out like that with the weight, but keeping your elbows up, which works the shoulder blades at the back there, because there's a tendency with playing guitar for this shoulder to come forward and to start to stoop and do look like the old bloke that it starts to go a bit that way. And I also try and do the set once a day if I can, which is kind of torment really. But I've spoken to everybody today when we went out in 22, after the longest break we've ever had. I think we all thought that we were quite okay at the beginning, and it wasn't until the end of 22 that we kind of realised that, or I did, that we were under par. We weren't really up to our game. So I figured this time I've asked everybody to try and be there physically and to rehearse the set at home. And there's one show we did in Hanover towards the end of 22, which is it's a bit noisy. Someone's recorded on their phone, but the idea is the BPM there and the intensity to some degree is there. And to try and rehearse that every day. And it's because on the acoustic tour, it's a copy of a Telecaster, not copy, it's made like a Telecaster. So it's got a slightly slimmer neck than my Status. So one of the things I like about the Status is the broader neck, but it's giving me jip in my hands. And I find in my knuckles are actually getting old. I love that voice. And the knuckles are swelling somewhat. So about the last 3 days I've taken the wedding ring off, which is a bit weird. Very weird sensation to have it on there that long. So again, it's to stretch the hands, but I've asked everybody to see if we can get really bored shitless with playing that set. Just play that set and play that set and play that set, so that when we hit the ground in about 2 weeks from now, we rehearse every day. Bearing in mind we're at a point where we can only really do 2 shows and then we'll have to have one off and so on. But we will try and rehearse every single day and do the set every single day, because I'd like to get us all so bored with playing that it really needs to play where it becomes real is when you play it to people, to you guys. That way it'll be, I hope, the best it can be, because when you're out in the summer things we do, you tend to play festivals or mini festivals, whatever you call them, but they're outdoor shows with usually more than just one support act, there's a few acts. And I realise that I'm not very competitive at all. Competitive. It's like quantitative easing. Do you know that it's quantitative easing, not quantitative easing? Yes, I'm waffling here, she's looking. Anyway, so I'm not very competitive really, other than the fact that in the band, so if you really want the band to be, you are competing against other acts for the attention of the audience, and that's where my major failing is. But we need to. You get me somewhere, even so I really do care.